know, if you leave from anything, stop putting yourself in a box.
Wake up in the morning, you know I'm gonna do this shit.
Hi guys, my name is Gia. Welcome back to another video. If you've been watching any of my videos up until this point, thank you so much. You are such a real one. Today, I will be talking about growing up and what it's like being in my early 20s. This is a really exciting and pivotal and frustrating and pleasurable and amazing moment of my life right now. I was just on the phone with my friend the other day and I was like, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Like, a lot of people would kill to be a 22-year-old girl right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people want to be me, young and old. Just such a fun time. I cannot wait to see what blessings are in store for me. I can't wait to see how God has used the seeds that I've planted now to become the person that I'm meant to be. Today, I just want to share with you guys some of the tips, ideas, themes that have come into my life. I just kind of wanted to just dump and document this moment. Let's get into it without further ado. This is in no particular order. I just typed all these out. Number one is to pay attention to how you feel around people, places, and certain situations. They will teach you a lot about your own personal boundaries. Number two, self-love defines the most attractive qualities in another human being. Self-love means staying healthy and taking care of yourself, but also remaining authentic and true to who you are. These are things that I consider to be the recipe of being your most attractive self. I feel like if you take care of yourself, if you're being healthy and being true to who you are, you're not trying to be someone else, you're remaining authentic, that's attractive. People like that confidence. People like people that are sure of themselves. That is just what I've noticed, that every single person that comes off as attractive to me and to others, those are the qualities that all of those people tend to have. Number three, there is no real reason in life for you to be so hard on yourself. Even when you feel like you could have done better, don't waste time beating yourself up. You close yourself off to so much more of what life has to offer you. So keep moving forward, keep your head held high, and keep faith. That's all I gotta say. Number four, go at your own pace. Because who are you trying to keep up with anyway? There is no finish line to life except for death, and there is no one direct path to success. You can take it as fast or as slow as you want to. Take your time. I say this to my friends and I say this to myself all the time. You will reach your goal, you will end up where you're supposed to be, whether you run to the finish line or whether you stop and take breaks in between. It's the same journey. Number five, what is meant for you will always be. And I truly believe this. I truly believe that what you're meant to have will always be. And you may see some things as missed opportunities along the way, but if you're truly meant for something, it'll come back around. I've just seen this happen in so many different ways. Sometimes you're exposed to something to kind of teach you that this is something you want to go for, and then it comes back around and you have the chance and you're ready for it next time. So that's how I feel. Number six, you are the recipe to your own success. You have the recipe to your own sauce, okay? No matter who imitates you, the sauce will never taste the same. I think of myself and all of the things I've worked hard to give myself to be this amazing person that I wanted in my life when I was younger. And I'm like, it would take a lot for someone to replicate. They would literally have to be me. Only I can be me. You know what I'm saying? No one was raised the same way, looks the same way, has gone to the same places, has the same people in their lives. Like, there's so many different factors that make up who I am that are so unique to my experience that even if someone saw me and looked exactly the same way as me overnight, they still wouldn't know what to do with themselves. And you should be so sure and confident of yourself and get to know yourself well enough where you feel the same way. Number seven, why are the people around you so worth impressing? People who are just as lost about themselves. You know what's best for you, so stop doubting yourself. Focus on gaining enough confidence in yourself that you lose the desire to try to control everything around you. That you can fully accept the consequences of being your own person, regardless of what others think. And I know that sounds really intense, accepting the consequences of being your own person, but that's something I had to learn, is that yes, when you're truly yourself, some people are not gonna like that. Some people are going to try and put you back in the box that you were before when you were trying to people please and everything like that. You know, it's not worth it trying to regress back into that, and it is so much more worth it to get to know yourself, be truly authentic to yourself, and reject and repel the people that don't want to accept that. Number 8, On the note of thinking for yourself, do try out to seek out community. Fellowship with those who have similar goals, beliefs, and morals as you. Spend time around people that give you a space to articulate the different aspects of yourself. Spend time around people that you can learn from. Be open to the benefits that come from being social creatures, such as the feeling of connection, validation, support, harmony. Like, you know, don't be afraid to go outside and meet people. And the best way to do that and filter out the bullshit is to go after things that you love. When you do what you love, you attract the right people. And that's actually another one that I have on here that I'm just gonna skip to. But finding your tribe comes with being yourself. So when you're being yourself, you will naturally like attract the people that, you know, love that type of person, love who you really are, and love those same things. And you know, that's how you build a community around you. That's how you have a team of those people, you know? Number 10, romanticize the role of a beginner and fully embrace the learning process. Immerse yourself as a student of life and keep yourself open to new experiences. Don't worry about whether you're good at something right away. Just pay attention to how you feel while you do it. And if you enjoy it, then stick to what you love. That's all that matters. I feel like every single thing I've done in college has been something. I put myself in so many new situations in college, or learned so many new things, like learning neuroscience, learning Japanese, learning data science. Like getting into all of these things were really hard, and I sucked really bad, you know, at first. Even content creation, making videos and learning how to talk to the camera, I was not comfortable with that right away. And even now, I feel like making this video, I'm like, oh, you know, should I be more uptight? Should I be more, you know, formal and delivery? But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be myself and continuously put myself out there and just romanticize the fact that I'm figuring it out and romanticize the fact that I'm learning. And guess what? That's what you're going to be doing throughout life all the time. So if you learn how to humble yourself and embrace the beginner process, you can accomplish anything. Nothing will ever scare you because you know what it's like to be a beginner, and you know that you can be better if you just stick with it. People say it all the time, like you could be born with natural talent, but hard work really pays off in so many different ways. Number 11, there is enough room in this world for you to fail, okay? It's enough room in this world for you to be wrong about something. There's enough room in this world for you to say the wrong thing. There's enough room in this world for you to change your mind. And there's enough room in this world for you to think a little bit longer before deciding something, okay? There's enough space in this world for you to learn better and to take your time to learning how to do better. Give yourself some grace. You don't gotta be different overnight. So don't beat yourself up, especially with all the self-help videos online and stuff of people saying like, oh, you gotta be your best self by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If you want to try, you're not running out of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the life that you have is your journey. Like, embrace all the uncomfortable aspects, and that's where you find the beauty of life. Number 12, rejection is God's protection, or rejection is redirection, however you want to take this statement. Don't take things personal. Don't force or chase anything. Just keep moving forward. A lot of rejection is not personal anyway. There is a path just for you that will always be meant for you. So consider when people reject you, okay, this is not my path, this is not where I'm gonna be. And that's gonna help you in the long run. It comes to like relationships too. Okay, this didn't work out with this person, but guess what? There's so many more people in this world, there's so many other things in this world. Like, you know, don't put yourself in a box. I hope this video, if you leave from anything, stop putting yourself in a box. Number 13, lead with a sense of integrity. No matter who you are, the way that you treat others is so important. Always be kind. Assume that others are going through something. I actually put this in here twice as another tip, but yeah, not in a way to like pry or to get into people's business, but treat people as gently as if you knew they were going through something. It's not easy. Everyone's just trying to get by every single day. You know what I'm saying? What you see on social media is a very curated version of what life that person is living. Treat people with grace, treat people with kindness. Don't let people walk all over you, but just always think of how when people are kind to me, it makes my day just a little bit easier, and I feel like a breath of fresh air when people are kind to me, especially unprovoked and for no reason. It makes me want to pay it forward and be kind to someone. Being kind to others just for the sake of being kind and to be gentle with each other, and hope, you know, that they with that kindness that you gave them, they pass it on to someone else. Number 14, I love this so much because I say this all the time. I don't know if you guys know this yet because you guys don't know me that well yet, but nostalgia is only as good as the time spent in a present moment. I am such a nostalgic person. I live in nostalgia. That's like my best friend. I realize that if you want that nostalgia to feel good, if you want to think back to good memories, you need to spend time in the present moment to make those good memories. You can't trap yourself in the good times of the past, just completely blocking out the possibilities of the future, because then you're not going to have any more nostalgia. Your nostalgia is going to be stuck in a time period where it just gets further and further away. All those moments where I just let myself be present, like, it's so rich. You know what I'm saying? Those memories, that nostalgia feels so rich. It feels full. It feels colorful, like very fulfilling. Number 15. I have a plate of expectations and I do the best I can. So this means a couple things. The way that this actually came out, this was something that literally popped in my head. Like, I was out with my friend and they were like, we were just eating breakfast. And then they were just like typing and I had food on my plate and I felt myself getting full. So I was like, oh, like, you know, I had a plate of expectations and I did the best I could. This means two things to me. One, routine gives me the best framework for my time management. Still learning how to not overwhelm myself in my schedule. You know, resting is productive as well. And a professor once told me, he's like, if you ask me what I'm doing this weekend and I say nothing, don't ask me to go on a hike with you and to go hang out, because I said I'm doing nothing. I'm clearly doing something. Your body knows when it's time to stop. And no one else will hold you accountable for taking a break. So if you don't listen to your body will force you to rest, and it might be more inconvenient when that happens. The reason it reminds me of that statement is because you have a plate of expectations. You have a plate of things that you really, really want to like munch on. You have a bunch of stuff that you want to accomplish, you know, and a lot of things that you want to get done, but you have to put your health first. You have to take care of yourself first, or you can't achieve any of that. Do the best you can to go after your goals. You know, it's good to set high expectations, but don't burn yourself out trying to achieve all these things. I know that I'm getting really aggressive when I say that, and it's because it's personal. I'll be doing that. You know, you have a plate of all the things you want to accomplish. Do the best you can. And guess what? The fact that you even have that type of gauge, like you know where you want to be and you're heading towards it, that's what's most important. The next thing that this sentence means to me is that I have a certain idea of how I want my life to be, to an extent, and there's so much that I'm unsure about, but I've learned to just live in the moment, live with my truth, whatever that is in the moment, so that I never feel like I'm living with a sense of regret. What I'm doing is best for me. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what's best for someone else. This is best for me, and I'm the only person that I'm responsible of. And even though I know who I want to be in the future, and it may look like the person that I'm comparing myself to, that is not to shit on the current version of myself. You know what I'm saying? The current version of myself is working really hard. So credit's where credit is due. I'm so sorry for the length of this video. The other thing that this sentence makes me think of, my best looks different every single day. My value or my worth does not shift regardless of how much I accomplish or don't accomplish in a certain day, how much I have, what I look like, or whether or not people like me, or even just the things I say about myself. Just do the best you can, and just know that your best has different forms. There's some time where my best is getting a bunch of shit done in some day. Sometimes my best is making sure I took care of myself that day. But it takes time also to get to know yourself in that way. I feel like college has given me a very controlled space to learn my own routine and the things that work for me. It reminds me of this one thing that Tracee Ellis Ross said, where it was kind of like, as you grow up, you have like a toolbox of how to handle situations. And that's how I feel about like my routine, and also of knowing that my best looks different in every single day. Number 16, you should be saying no to people like 90% of the time, and you wonder why you have no time left for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 17, keep faith, show gratitude, and remember to pray and meditate. Take care of your spiritual health. Number 18, this also relates to spiritual health. Please be mindful of what you put into your spirit. You would much rather feel whole from the inside out. You may look good on the outside, but if it's fucked up on the inside, I promise you the outside doesn't mean anything. It's like a shell of a home. Number 19, take good care of the people in your life and nurture your relationships. Number 20, be intentional with who you share your energy with. This kind of goes back to like how you feel around people. Number 21, burnout is not worth neglecting your physical, emotional, or mental health. There's only one you okay? Remember to prioritize taking care of yourself. And for my people pleasers out here, all right, you can't be help to anyone else if you can't help yourself, all right? So stop, all right, worrying about what you think other people need or what other people would, you know, appreciate from you, and start giving the stuff you really need for yourself to yourself, okay? And I promise you will stop resenting people. Number 22, the importance of having quiet time with yourself on a daily basis and spending time in nature whenever you can will help you feel happier. Yes, facts, factual. And I say doing this in nature because sitting in silence in your room is one thing, but sitting in silence in nature hits so different. Well, you wonder why old people stand on the porch. It's all right. Number 23, you have the power to create your purpose, okay? And you can start over as many times as you want. Who you are truly meant to be will always shine through in the end, no matter how many directions you take. Sometimes I personally love meeting people who took a bunch of different directions in their career and then they just end up in something and they're just so like amazing at it, and it's just, you know, they're in their element, but it took a lot of turns for them. Those are the people I'm the most inspired by because I feel like that's kind of the path that I'm taking. Kind of just followed their heart and they did what they felt was right in the moment, and it taught them, and they always were able to take some type of skills or some type of knowledge that would prepare them for the next thing, even if it was something completely different. Because the best thing about life is that a lot of things are really connected. Everything is connected, I dare to say. I personally think that everything is connected. So I feel like there's a lot of ways to pull, you know, to be interested in multiple different things and tie it together as a story for yourself, which is what makes you so unique. I don't know. Number 24, sorry, is be intentional with your words, okay? I'm someone who's likes to be very intentional with a lot of things in their life. When it comes to words, I feel like I can be a lot more reckless with what I say, and I'm not always, even though I know I should be more mindful of what I say, that doesn't mean I always do it because I let my emotions kind of guide it. There is a lot of power in what you say. The way that you talk to yourself is so important. Speaking positive things into your life, speaking life over your life. Be intentional with your silence, okay? There's a lot of power in the mystery of saying less. Wow, as someone who has got talks too much on their report card since they were like, what, in kindergarten? Yeah, this was big for me. But let me tell you guys, I don't cringe anymore if I think I'm oversharing with people, because I trust myself enough now to know when I feel comfortable sharing with someone and when I think it's appropriate to share more. Kind of goes back to the other tip of paying attention. I feel like this is, guys, all of these things have taken time, and I think I'm at different levels when it comes to some of these tips. No, if I want to share something with someone, I let myself speak. And even though I read all the time that, like, you know, if you speak less, then people think highly of you. This is for my talkative people out here. Like, if you are naturally a quiet person, this probably doesn't apply to you, but I talk a lot and I have some homies that understand what it's like. So if you're trying to work on that, I would just say just lower the amount of accessibility that others have to you, like the amount of access that people have to you, and just be very intentional with when and what you're saying. When you're saying it, what you're saying. Give yourself some space to talk. You don't always have to react right away. And you can still be talkative and mysterious, okay? It's more, and talkative people who still come off mysterious, it is more about what they choose to be vulnerable with and how they go about it. They can still share things and people can still not know that much about you, but they're just very intentional with what they say. Hopefully all that made sense. Wow, I think this is 25. Yeah, this is 25. The tools for getting to know yourself have never been more accessible. A journal, you know, a digital journal, a video, a voice memo, something to document your thoughts and feelings. Girl, we're young. There's so many things happening around us. Like, I have been keeping journals since I was a kid. I've been blogging since I was a kid. I just love sharing my thoughts and experiences, which is why I have this YouTube channel. And you know, if you don't want to do that, it's fine. Keep it for yourself though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just beautiful to see how your emotions and how your life has changed over time. So yeah, just learn how to articulate your experiences. I also feel like it helps you feel more in touch with yourself as well. So yeah, I found journaling to be really helpful for me when I'm going through really big life changes or transitions, transformations. and any other general like anxiety or excitement and uncertainty that I have, and those are all kind of like the same emotions basically. But yeah, those are when I feel motivated to like write stuff down. 26 is to take the time to get to know yourself. You will find out that there is so much to love about you. Be the person that you wish you had when you were younger, and you never know what kind of blessing or fresh air that you could be for someone else just by being yourself. Journal, seek therapy, nurture meaningful connections, take care of your body, your soul, take care of your health. There's only one you. Give yourself everything you want. Give yourself everything you need. Okay, be the person that you would love to spend time with. And I've been telling myself that ever since I was a kid, and I used to get frustrated with that. Like when people were like, oh, be the friend that you want. And I'm like, no, like, why can't I just be friends with someone? And you know, they give me that. And I think I even had that mindset in relationships at some point. Like, why can't I just find the person that would give me everything I want? And really those questions is like, you know, you need to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're asking those types of questions, deeper need to get to know yourself better, and a deeper need to be more in touch with who you are. Because when you're really more comfortable and you're more excited to be with yourself. Oh, that's another thing I'm kind of like getting into, is like learning to love myself so much that I will choose myself every single time. And that when things don't serve me, when things reject me, when things don't want me, I still would rather be with myself. I would rather be me. You know, it's not worth putting myself in situations that are going to harm me or put me down or anything like that. Like, I would just continuously choose myself. And I don't know, that goes with that too. Number 27. Sorry, this video is really long. Burnout is on the way. Did I tell you guys that? You can answer. I think I told y'all that already. But yeah, be careful with burnout. Like, stop pushing yourself to the limit all the time. You have proved that you are capable of things, okay? Now it's time to take care of all that you've worked hard for. And number 28, confidence comes with experience. This is my favorite tip that I just learned. Don't think that you have to be completely ready for something to jump in. If your heart is calling you towards something, do it. When I started this YouTube channel, I had a burning feeling in my chest. I wasn't thinking about the logistics of it. I was like, I need to do this now. I just want to say I did it when I was 21. Just things that I've learned since coming to college and going after internships and having all these new experiences. I learned, I was like, you build confidence, and somebody else told me this, I don't know, but you build confidence through actually doing things, okay? Like, you may feel like you're not ready for it at first, but that initial passion, that excitement to learn more, feed on that and just put yourself out there. You never know, you'll really impress yourself. And you'll gain more confidence, because then you'll learn to trust yourself about what you're interested in and how to apply yourself. And that all of these tips go together. You know, being a beginner, you're more comfortable with that now. These are all the things that I've learned in my early 20s so far. And I know this video was super long, but I just really wanted to put this out here and just share like everything that I've been learning this whole time, because it's been such a beautiful journey growing up. And it's ugly as fuck sometimes, it's disgusting and it's frustrating, but sometimes it's so liberating and freeing, and you just, and that's just a cycle that just keeps going and going and going. But I've learned to embrace it, and I am excited to see what more my 20s has to offer. So I'm using this video as an attempt to just dump all of the goodness as best as I can in a short video of the things that I've learned so far. And yeah, I hope to check in with you guys later, and I hope this video was entertaining, inspiring, exciting, motivating, something. Hope it made you feel some type of way. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning, you know I do this shit.